awesome! I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. You say goodbye to the good old days.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 53, The Miz. Actually been looking forward to getting this guy for quite some time now, so what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have The Miz posing out of the packaging. Now before we get on to the figure, let's actually have a look at what The Miz comes with. He does come with the same stand and backdrop, which I really don't care much for. And let's get that out of the way so we can have a look at Miz's other accessories. He does come with this mask that goes over his head. It has a lot of nice little details on it. It's painted silver where it should be, and the black is where it needs to be. And then we have his jacket here, which is a really dense rubber. He doesn't get any articulation out of it. I mean, you can't even bend his elbows. It's a really thick rubber jacket, and one problem I do have with it, despite it being this big chunk of rubber plastic, there's no details painted on it. If you recall the box, or anytime he wore this jacket, all this should be silver. There should be some silver accents in these little lines and grooves here. I don't know why Mattel decided to cheap out on this, and it has a lot of nice details on it, but it is lost because all this is just blue, and I really kind of wish that they actually did paint this, because it would have been a much nicer figure. With that out of the way, let's take his jacket off and have a better look at Miz's details. And here we have a closer look at Miz's details, and this is one figure I feel could really benefit from the photoreal technology they're using now. Yes, it is an older Elite Series figure, but if they had used the photoreal tech on this Miz, it would look so much better, because as it stands, it's a really nice sculpt and it really does look like the Miz, but I kind of feel like let's get the photoreal on the next Miz figure we get. But overall, they did a really good job. You can see his hair is longer at the top, shorter on the sides and back, kind of how it was. He went back to the more shorter, spiky hair look nowadays, but for what this figure represents, it does capture the Miz pretty well, although I do feel the head is a little big on this figure. Insert Miz joke there. He is wearing black wrist tape on both his arms, and then we can see his Miz logo with the Hollywood lights and the, what's it called, the film reel. And then on the back, the film reel, we have 2 awards and the glasses, and we have the Miz on the back of his trunks. He is wearing these dark blue knee pads, which I kind of feel Mattel should have really done dark blue for his shins, because Miz actually has flush knee pads that go from the kick pads to the knee pad, and I kind of wish that that was the same dark blue plastic. It would have made this figure much better. And then we do have Moneymaker right here on both his kick pads, and then again the film reel on both sides. We have the lights on the inside and the outside of his boots, and that looks really cool. So overall, I think this is a really good job that Mattel did on the Miz. They actually captured this attire really, really well now. Let's actually go on to a quick comparison with another Miz figure, and then we'll have a look at his articulation. And so here we have the new Miz pose next to an older Miz figure. Now, I actually don't have the Hollywood Miz figure. I actually passed on that. Kind of regretting that now, but overall, I really do think this shows a really good evolution in the Miz's character. This was back when he was a face. Why did they turn him babyface? I'll never know. The world will never know, but they did at one point. Moving him off to the side, let's actually have a look at this Miz's articulation. Now, I will be honest, this is actually the second time I'm picking up this particular figure, and I'll explain that when we go into his articulation a little more. His head is on a ball joint, so he does look up and down, although it's not the best. He does get good side-to-side movement, so really good personality on the Miz figure. Now, what originally happened with the first time I purchased this figure is the left shoulder. I have had several figures that have had this issue with the left shoulder where you would rotate it, and when you got to about this point, you'd start splitting the torso right about here, and you couldn't rotate it at all. If you did, you would end up shredding the peg, and the arm would become incredibly loose now. This figure had that problem. I don't know what I did to fix it. I hit him with a hairdryer, started moving the arm around, and the arm works fine now. But the first time I picked up this figure, I tried rotating the arm, wouldn't move, rotated it a little bit too much, and it destroyed the peg on the inside, and he had a really floppy arm joint, and you can see it's all fine now, but arms on a ball joint get full rotation, swivel at the bicep, single jointed at the elbow, swivels and bends at the wrist, no issues there. He has an ab crunch which goes back and forward, waist swivel, legs go forward, back, and out. He does get a really good thigh swivel, double jointed in that knee, swivel at the boot, has a hinge in the ankle, goes forward and back, although it goes back more than it goes forward. And we have rocker ankles, so all the articulation you expect from an Elite figure. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get Miz posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have the Miz posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I think this is a really good figure. However, I do feel like the jacket is really lackluster. The mask is an okay accessory. One thing I'm really surprised that this Miz did not include was an Intercontinental title. Now, I do have some Intercontinental titles to spare, so that's no big deal, but I really would have loved to see a Miz come with the IC belt, seeing as how he has been one of the most successful IC champions to date. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. I actually got lucky and found this Miz at Walgreens. This Miz is a little hard to come by now, but you can still find him on Amazon for a really decent price. With that being said, guys, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as my WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. And as always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.